So first thing is I need you to type all of your data into the centimeter column, okay? So that's the first thing that you should do. Everything else here under time and velocity, you can delete it except for the headings. So the first thing about spreadsheets is that you can use them to go ahead and complete patterns. So for example, here the pattern is I'm going from 0 to 3. So highlight everything, you click on it, drag, and then you'll notice this little blue dot up here. You can click on that, drag it all the way down until your last data point, and you'll notice it populates everything for you already. Next, in this cell, the cell is the space B and 2. I should have this formula written down, equals C2 divided by 100. That means take this value and divide it by 100. So once you click on that cell, again the blue dot appears, click, and drag it all the way down. Next thing you know, you've got all your numbers converted into meters. For us to do a chart, let's go ahead and click on this, highlight everything down here, and do Insert Chart. Okay, and we get something like this. All right, so if you already have a chart in there, just make sure that your chart here in the data range, that it goes all the way to your last data point. For example, my last data point is B14. Okay, so just make sure that range is adjusted for that. Next thing that I want to do is I want to add a line of best fit. So let's go customize, series. Oh, and if you don't see the chart menu, let's just step back a little bit. Click on the chart, click on these three dots, edit chart, and there you go again. All right, let's go customize, series. Scroll down, down, down until you see trend line. And you'll notice that it's linear, but this first piece of data should be quadratic. So let's go type polynomial. And so I know that the line isn't quite the best fit. I think I read these points very quickly off of a little paper. Okay, so polynomial, degree 2, label, show us the equation. Okay, and so there you go. So that's your first chart. Next, let's go ahead and see how we can fill out this next part about time and velocity. In G2, I want you to type equals A2 divided by 60. Okay, so hit enter, and that sets your formula down. So let's go ahead and click on the cell, click on this blue dot, and drag it all the way down. Okay, next, I want to calculate my velocity. My velocity at time 0 is 0. So let's go down to cell H3 equals parenthesis B3 minus B2 parenthesis divided by parenthesis 1 divided by 60 parenthesis like that. And so once you hit enter, it asks you if we should just fill everything up like that, and you can say, yeah, go ahead. There you go. So now we're going to go ahead and do a chart for that. So click on this, drag it all the way down, and then you can go ahead and do insert chart. And we get something like this. And I know that there's like some wacky points in here. Some ticker tapes are better than others, and that just depends on like the angle of the paper, how we loaded it, things like that. Okay, so once again, we're going to customize this chart. You're going to go series, scroll down, add a trend line. This time it is supposed to be linear. So next thing I want is to make sure type says linear, label, use equation, and then in the equation, this 3.46 value is the slope, and that should be your value for acceleration caused by gravity that you're going to use for your calculation on page 2 and page 3. Okay, so that's the ultimate value that we were looking to get. All right, feel free to slow this down, pause, watch again, and you'll notice, let me point out a couple of things. Up here, this bar, this is your formula bar. Okay, so like when I click on a cell like B2, you see my formula pops up there. If I type in if I click on G2, there's my formula there. H3, my formula is right there. Okay, so and then to copy everything, of course, just click it, click on the blue dot, and drag it all the way down. All right, good luck.